Hi there. Experience of life is depressing for most of us. So we need to practice enlightenment to get out of depression, get away from thoughts, change the experience of life. Most of us experiencing life through the thoughts. And it's a banal, trivial, relentlessly repetitive, empty, hollow, with abrupt start and end experience of life. We need to change that experience of life. We need to get away from thoughts. There will be no more depression because our experience will be completely different. So different that it cannot even be described with words because it is beyond the thoughts. So do not try to get out of depression by thinking about it, thinking about how to change it, thinking about what to do, thinking about how to do it, so on, so on. Do not think about it. You need to practice it. You need to practice getting away from thinking. Because it is this so-called thinking or attaching to the thoughts that actually causes this limited experience of life that is totally depressing for most of us, because most of us experience life through the thoughts. Now we need to change that and we need to experience the life directly. And that is the way we get out of depression. Being depressed is actually not bad. Being depressed is just recognizing that there is something wrong with our experience of life. And it is. It is our experience of life. Do not turn on other people. Do not turn on circumstances. Do not turn against people of different race, different sort of conviction, people of different religions. Do not do that. Do not look for reasons for why you are depressed, why your experience of life is depressing. In your environment, you have to look inside. You have to practice away from thoughts. Getting away from thoughts, changing the experience of life, and then everything will change. No more depression. Nowadays, we're attaching to the thoughts, we're experiencing this life through the thoughts, which is a very limited and unsatisfactory experience of life, and then we look for blame for this depression, look for blame for this lack of enjoyment and satisfaction and peace, mainly lack of peace. Lack of balance, lack of harmony, lack of satisfaction in life. We look for the reasons for this lack outside ourselves in the environment again, and turn against people, turn against circumstances, turn against governments, turn against whatnot. That is all okay. Do not turn against anything, accept everything, but change your experience of life by practicing. Enlightenment, it can be practiced. There are things to do to practice spiritual awakening, to sort of get you there, to sort of change your experience of life. And then everything changes because you're experiencing life directly from the source. Everything changes. It changes so much it is just beyond the words. But do not think about it. Do not go into mental discussions about it. Just away from the thoughts. Practice getting away from the thinking, away from the thoughts. That gets you out of depression. That gets you out of this depressing experience of life that most of us is having. That gets you to connecting to pure experience itself, to the source itself directly. And that is completely different. Your experience of life will change dramatically. No more depression. Will be a distant thought, not even a memory anymore, because there will be no more I or me or ego. We can all do it. I mean, we just, in this society, in the mass media, there is just no talk about it. There is no talk about life being depressing. They're still pushing this nonsense about how beautiful life is, how if you just buy this or buy that, or look like this or look like that, or wear this or go there, do this, and so on, and all this nonsense. The experience of life will change completely and you will be just completely, absolutely happy. It's just so much crap, to be honest. So get away from all that. Get away from all that nonsense and practice. Practice getting away from the thoughts and experiencing life directly. And that will change experience of life. It will be no more depressing. Life will be a dream, as they say, and it will be once you connect to the source directly. Do it, and not just do it yourself, but talk to other people about it. Get other people to understand that we can all do it. We can practice, and we can actually develop this completely different experience of life, and then everything changes. Spread the word. Teach your children, teach your grandchildren how to practice getting away from thoughts, how to turn inwards, and everything changes. No more depression. The process of enlightenment starts and goes on and on and on. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.